Hey, well, it's not often I do one of these, but I'm doing a War Thunder replay. And you can probably tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be flying a Mosquito. There she is. And of course that is the mark something higher than 15. What's that? 15, 16, 17, 18? 5, 6, 7, 8? Yes, it's the Mark 18. Now, I gotta say, I've been getting back into War Thunder a little bit more than I had. Not really a break. I don't go for. God, I barely go for a week without playing War Thunder at least once. But it used to be a hours a day thing. And now I'm back to playing it most days. But there was I took a bit of a break. Got a bit burnt out. And I'm not entirely unburnt out. I think let's get rid of some of these, because these are basically useless. Let's go pilot view, there we go. Yeah, I'm not entirely unburnt out, not entirely refreshed, and I'm not too sure I ever will be, although playing it a bit more, because yeah, when I'd taken a break, jumping back into it, I still knew how to play, obviously, but fuck me dead, I was rusty. Like really, like in ways you just, yeah, it was bad. And it was almost in a way that was hard to perceive exactly why. I couldn't hit anything. My instincts for, where to go, what to do, maybe they weren't as bad as I felt they were. It's just, it's really easy to have an incredibly large run of bad luck in War Thunder. And it can be, it's funny, oh, I can't move the camera. Of course I can't move the camera because I'm in pilot view. Never really noticed these pods here before. I'm guessing there's some kind of, yeah, they must be some kind of fuel pod. I would guess. Be what would make sense. Anyway, back to pilot view. Here we go. Yeah. So anyway, long story short, this game, I'm not obviously I'm a ground attacker, right? Well, I'm supposed to be, supposed to be taking out ships with this thing, and ships and submarines. You can't take out ships in War Thunder with this thing, and there are no submarines to take out. So, ground targets it is, and I've just decided I'm gonna instead of diving straight into it, I'm gonna let people fight amongst themselves for a while, and hopefully when I'll go back, I'll keep out of harm's way, or so I think, and let them get themselves hurt up, get the enemy get a bit shot up. Of course we'll get a bit shot up, but that initial furball will have died down somewhat. Now the enemy going home, some of the enemy that are hanging around will have already been spotted. I'll have an idea where they are, and I'm not expecting to do particularly well. And plot spoiler, this isn't an amazing match as far as, I'm not king of the world. I might actually end up top of the leaderboard, I can't remember now, but it's not some spectacular, kill 12 planes and everything. But it was an interesting enough match that it was an unexpected result. So I'm feeling reasonably safe at the moment. There seems to be all the guys down there. The closest is way down, and the closest up high that I could see is that TA-154. I can never remember if that's the German Mosquito or the German, like, high altitude 109. Because they're both a Kurt tank machine, aren't they? It's funny on the replay, I can notice those points ticking up as an enemy takes... Ooh, wants to take a shot at me. It's a 205 as well. That is a dangerous, dangerous aircraft. It's not the Folgore, as it's in... I can't remember. Can't remember what it's called, and I'm not about to look it up now. So I'm thinking the game's over already, but I think, well, I'll dive. And amazingly, I don't think he followed me. He hasn't, like, you know, taken the bait. Of course, if he had, I would have been dead. So it's quite... He really could easily have had me there. There was no way I could... He could definitely outrun me. The Mosquito's fast for a bomber, but it's not fast. It's not a fast aircraft. So, especially against, you know, a 202 or 205, yeah, could have had me easy. So anyway, I've been damaged. I'm going to head back to, like, you know, I'm not in a hurry to get under that mess of enemy fighters and that, although, you know, about this time I probably could. Actually, no, I don't think I would. So, yeah, head to the airfield, rearm, fly about a bit more, see if, you know, if our team either completely dies and it's a wasted game anyway, or, you know, we start gaining an upper hand and then I start taking ground targets out. Because, you know, I'm not, you know, this is one of the problems with the War Thunder, is that aircraft like this do dilute the fighter pool. The same with bombers, and I can understand why people get upset with it, but at the same time, well, we're going to play these aircraft, aren't we? This is... What is the end? I can't remember where the Mosquito line goes to now. I think it may dead end at the... Ah, God, what is that aircraft? It's got weird... weird air brakes that in real life they ended up taking out of service and just taping down the air brakes. Trying to slow down, engage the cannon brakes. Quite effective on this. So there must be something nearby, because the oh, there we go, 109 is playing anti-aircraft bingo. Some form of gambling anyway. So yeah, I've never had much luck with this, and even ground targets, they're so hard to hit with that cannon. Because it's, I mean, yeah, ground targets aren't that hard to hit if you're good at aiming. If you've had a lot of practice. The more you really need lots and lots of practice with this. Or to be an absolute natural, and I'm definitely not a natural when it comes to hitting ground targets with this cannon. So, repair and rearm didn't take too long, which is good. Luckily I was only... The damage was relatively minor, which in itself is a bit of a miracle when it comes to, you know, I've had some, yeah, you get stuff happening in War Thunder that just makes you scratch your head sometimes. One of which was a P8 that I was flying. I might have to put the replay up one of these days. I get shot in the tail and my pilot dies. In fact, my pilot dies and then I got shot in the tail, and at no point did any ammunition, rounds, whatever. The only sign that there was anything shooting near the pilot was the fact that he died. There's no damage to the front of the aircraft. It was just, yeah, okay. So anyway, time to take off, and I think things have changed quite a bit on our teams. fact, this might be we might be down to these 3 aircraft, 3 including myself, of course. Where are we? No, we've got 4. That is not going to last, I think. 109 is... well, yeah. Yeah. 109 is no more. That timing, though. Alright. So let's go back to... So, yeah, I decide time to... And look, they're down to 4, but one of them's 207. Yeah, so we got 3 fighters up on the enemy side. If I, don't take advantage of... Or don't try and make some hay now, while there's a little bit of sunshine, then I am going to be shit out of luck. So it's now or never. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Let's actually keep these up for now, so give us a better idea of what's going on. A bit of a look around. So we've got the P-38 has landed. We've got our Mosquito kind of keeping watch. Now, around here, I don't think it's now, but a little bit later on, I say something about maybe I'll come back, so safety in numbers and all that, and I turn around and start heading back. Because yeah, that's I don't think I make it all the way here. And of course we've got the Mark 6 Mosquito there, is a bit more competent as far as taking on dogfighting and that goes. Still not what you'd call a dogfighter, very much still an attack aircraft. But opens up its guns on an enemy and they get shredded. So it's just getting that front end pointed, getting the sharp end pointed in the right direction. So there we go, back to pilot view, getting a bit, just keeping an eye out, making sure nobody's about to dive on me. I probably had a bigger look around, but we missed that. Yeah, I'm not too sure if I make it all the way. Oh, there we go. It's one of the enemy fighters has just gone down. It must have been a crash due to damage or something from earlier. At a guess. Yeah, I think I'm definitely... Oops. Definitely getting a little bit paranoid. And I think now if the chat thing worked, which unfortunately it doesn't, because, what's the point in having a working replay system? Might have been... Was it this guy that I'd seen? Might have been that guy. And that was the guy I checked earlier, and I'm 99% sure. Yep, the 205 that attacked me is that 205 we see now. In fact, I'll say that, yeah, more or less 100% sure. What's going on? Memory, not just memory, just net. Well, I do rabbit on. Okay, so although I was heading back, I see this guy and think, bugger it. Can I catch him? Now, the Mark 18 is not as fast as the Mark 6, or at least this one isn't. Maybe because I haven't got it... I don't know if I've got this one spaded. But it wouldn't surprise me if it was slower even spaded. Not all Mosquitoes had the same top speed. Or cruising speed. Or whatever, yeah. Flat out... and on the horizontal speed would be. But this guy, if I can catch him, I can take him on. So the only real bugger is that he's got a turret in the back. Which I suppose if he didn't, he might actually be able to fly a bit faster and I wouldn't be able to catch him. But he does. And so I can catch him, but he can also shoot at me. Which is risky. Especially in the Mosquito, where I don't think there's any bulletproof glass or anything up the front, or if it is, it's pretty weak, because you can get pilot sniped very, very easily from incoming fire at the front there. You've not got there's no engine block in front of you to help protect you. It's just you're very, very open, a bit like the Beaufighter. And of course, this I've only got, I've got that 57mm Molens in the front there, but getting that to connect, and getting that to connect with meaning is quite difficult. So really, it's actually the 303s that are going to be doing most of the work here. But even though they're only 303s and there's only 4 of them, they're quite tightly grouped together, and so they do make the most of there we go. Really, that's, initially reasonably accurate fire from the turret there. But it is difficult to... Actually shooting somebody with the turrets is not that easy, especially if they're being evasive. I'm really hoping to connect with the Molens there, but I don't... I think maybe I get one hit, but it's not... it's mostly the 303s that are doing the work. That may have actually been... That there may have been a 57mm to one of the engines there. So that I'm pretty happy with. Did that actually... that's interesting. Hang on. Okay, according to this, he's taken out. I remember very much in the game that he wasn't actually taken out until sometime later when he tried to land or something. Right, so now, I wasn't keeping an eye on it, but we are now down to just 2 Mosquitoes, and this guy that initially harassed me, but decided not to finish me off. And, that's a very, very, very competent aircraft, that. And he doesn't, he's the last one alive left on his team. He doesn't seem to be completely daft. But he has ended up with a Mark 6 Mosquito on his tail, and yeah, that cannon was never gonna... I was never gonna hit with that shot. But now he's found himself in a dogfight with 2 Mosquitoes. And I don't know, if he hadn't come this way, he's definitely not out of ammunition. He wasn't smoking. There was none of this. He's kind of put himself in harm's way here, really. Because me and Corvette, I think we're doing a reasonably good job of keeping it so that he can't stay on either one of us for very long without having to brake for fear of getting shot. Yeah, we can't really stay on him. He can definitely outmaneuver us. Oh, it's getting a bit close there, so I've really try and flip her over, because it does, you can get into that oh, and and I got the kill for that. So yeah, that wasn't me, that was the old me moving the camera around then. So yeah, try and take out a couple of ground targets, will you? I think I do get the... yes, I do. So yeah, that was a bit of a surprise, actually. I wasn't expecting the match to end up with a win and quite like that. 2 Mosquitoes versus the 205. Now what is the 205 actually called? There we go, and I was top of the board for 2 air kills and 1 ground kill, which wasn't the way I was expecting to play that match. And where's the other Mosquito? It was Corvette, wasn't it? There we go. Wow. Considering that I only got the 1 ground kill, he got an air kill. I got 2. That's a hell of a score difference. So yeah, and before I forget, let's quickly go to Italy. We got 205. That's actually what we were on. Information. Can we have the actual name? Oh, it's going to make life hard for us, isn't it? Where are we? War Thunder, get your shit together. We are the aircraft. I don't want game mechanics, I want... No, not game dictionary. I don't want support. Aircraft data sheets, here we go. That might... Oh, I could have clicked on that too. Oh god. It is a mess. Italy. Oh no, this is the help. The help section. Let's click on this one. So, Italy. Right, so the 202, yes, is the Folgore. Veltro, that is right, the Veltro, 205 Veltro. Very, very, very good aircraft. And the G55 Centauro, also very good. Luckily I wasn't up against that. So yes, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Nice bit of luck and a little sort of little splattering of skill. Splattering's the wrong word, but I can't think of the correct one. Yeah, I might do a few more of these. Hopefully I'll get a bit better at them. Be nice if the replay system was a bit more user-friendly, but hey. I can't really blame that. I can I can also get better without the replay system getting better as well. So, anyway, I will catch you around. And I'm pretty sure this is, yes, still recording. Good. Slightly paranoid then that I'd gone through the whole thing without recording it. Alright, you guys have a good day, and I will catch you again later on. Bye.